I mean, it looks like they're still half asleep out there.
Turnovers already, Clark. This is not the start they had in mind.
Here's Unzuli. Here's Unzuli. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
So it's the Pelicans now. They're leading by 8. The monster passes to Anderson. Here's the monster. A second chance effort. Makes it off the glass. Ashburn's got 5 now.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
And that one's good. Anderson's got his first points of the game. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And we've seen Dallas just be fantastic since the start of the new millennium. Year in and year out, they seem to always win 50 games. Hit that mark again last season.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Bradley's checked in for T. Nowitzki comes in for Walker. Michael Finley, he's checked in for Jackson. And Van Exel subbed in for the kid. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Monster. Well, last season they won 50, Greg, as you just said. That marked Clark the 12th time. It happened since 2000.
Well, clearly this franchise has been committed to winning. I mean, you hear that from a lot of franchises, but they often aren't willing to take the risks that the Mavericks take. And the Mavs do a good job of putting their money where their mouth is.
And Bradley gets it to go.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
New Orleans shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. Mavericks trail by now. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
It has not been an easy quarter for them, at least offensively speaking.
Goes back up. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the... And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
A lot of tough D being played by them so far. It's been the difference maker.
Greg, no uncontested shots for the most part. That's why they've had success.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Dallas. Finley is up there with Nowitzki. And there's Maverick. Then there's Van Exel. And it's Bradley in the 5 spot. Holiday dishes to Sanders. Davis with it. Now guarded by Brad. Davis kicks to Sanders. Bradley with some nice D.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Finley. No good. Good D by Holiday.
You know, guys, it's really amazing just how quickly Anthony Davis has blossomed into stardom. You know, by age 21, he was arguably the best player in the game. At age 17, he only had one scholarship offer for college, and that was from Cleveland State to play point guard.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hander.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Bradley. New Orleans making some changes here. The Monsters checked in for Anderson. And it's Goodrich in for Eric Gordon. And in high school, Anthony Davis didn't play for a powerhouse. Perspectives Charter School, only around 200 kids.
Certainly not an NBA hotbed. They had him bring the ball up court and work in the post, much to his developmental benefit. A lot of losses, but he said that it made him a better leader dealing with that adversity.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Well, last year the Pelicans were a team on the rise, making the playoffs. A solid season overall, especially on the road. Really, they sent notice by what they did away from New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, 17 road wins. I mean, you say to yourself, well, that doesn't sound great. But when you're a young, up-and-coming team, one of the things that you can really value is your ability to go into hostile environments and have success. They're going to be building on that confidence.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And Gio, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that list.
Excellent D there from Goodrich.
As for the Pelicans on the road, I mean, they had the fewest road wins of all the West playoff teams. The franchise hasn't had a winning road record since 2009 when they were the Hornets. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Here's Finley. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. They've held a 12-point lead earlier.
And for the Pelicans and their road struggles last season, they are a younger team. It's a team built around a young superstar in Anthony Davis. So taking road lumps is just kind of part of that growing process.
Walker's checked in for the Mavericks. Stolen by Walker.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Outside Holiday. It's blocked. Here's Finley.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Van Exel's checked in. Omer Ashi, he's checked in for New Orleans. Evans comes in for Drew Holiday.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
The monster passes to Davis. Evans goes in. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Van Exel kicks to Bradley. There's the pick. Dallas moving it around. Finley the pass to Bradley. 6 to shoot. Blackman feeds it to Van Exel. Nailed from three-point land. And the Mavericks lead by 3.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Jackson, he's checked in for Dallas. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Take note of the work they've done on the offensive glass. Guys, they've got a ton of putbacks.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Bradley on the double team. Davis drives in. The second effort. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Second chance points have really been an issue here defensively.
And, you know, defense isn't done until you finish it off with the rebound. It's like the period at the end of a sentence. That's where they have to improve.
And the shot is good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Mavericks trailed by 3. Outside Jackson. Here's Van Exel. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Launches a 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. 12 points for Anthony Davis. Here's Van Exel. Stolen. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Evans, good.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Dallas calls timeout. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Mavericks will go for a different look here. T's checked in for Bradley. Nowitzki comes in for Walker. Parsons checked in for Michael. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Van Exel. And then for New Orleans, Anderson comes in for Davis. And Gordon subbed in for the Monster.
And guys, they've allowed an embarrassing number of points off those turnovers.
Well, you really put your defense in a tough spot. You compromise your defense when you fumble the ball away like that.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That's his first foul. The feed to Evans. To the middle. Here's Hasek. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And that does it for the first half of play. New Orleans on top. They're up by 10. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And now the third quarter about to get going.
Nowitzki playing very well. He has 15 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender, because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Dirk Nowitzki having a dominant impact in this game.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
So for New Orleans right now, we've got the monster. Goodrich is out there with Holiday. Then it's Anthony Davis. And it's Sanders in at the 5 down low.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. In an area where Dallas struggled last season was defending the three-pointer. A lot of their losses came against teams that just took them apart from beyond the arc.
Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from T. So the wing on the left. It's deflected. Stolen by Holiday. And it's slammed in by Davis.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
And here's Kidd from the arc. And the basket good.
Nothing but money for him to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
And Davis, here we go. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Here's Nowitzki. And the rejection by Sanders. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And, you know, obviously, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you've played, and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, you know, sometimes you need to make some adjustments.
Pelicans leading by 9. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Goodrich. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
And the rejection by Sanders. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Bradley comes in for T. And it's Matthews in for Michael Finley. For New Orleans, their last game a loss to the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Goodrich. And that one's good. Goodrich has got 6.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Well, constantly finding lanes to the basket, getting great looks inside.
To the paint. It's stolen by Bradley. Matthews dishes to Bradley. Here's Nowitzki. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. You look at what Anthony Davis has accomplished so far in his career. The historic comparisons. I mean, they're mind-boggling. For a kid 23, Greg, the historic comparisons are very favorable for him.
I mean, he's been compared to a young KG and Duncan quite often. But in his first few seasons, his numbers look the most similar to Hakeem the Dream. And that's about as good a company as you can get.
Right side, Holiday. Outside, Davis. The 3. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. Mavericks trailed by 11. Matthews left side. Nowitzki outside. Outside for Kidd. From past the arc. But they get it back.
Tough play underneath to give them another shot.
No good on the wing three.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost them.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. You know, and the funny thing about Davis having similar numbers to Hakeem, he came very close last season in putting up a quadruple double. Hakeem was one of only 4 people to ever accomplish that.
Nowitzki for 3. Rebounded by Goodrich. And it's Holiday at the elbow. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Shot's good.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And then for New Orleans, Ryan Anderson checked in for Davis. Gordon comes in for the Monster. And Tyreek Evans subbed in for Goodrich.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
You know, Davis might get a quadruple double at some point. Last season, he had 30 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 4 different occasions. The rest of the NBA had a combined 0 in that category.
Pelicans last season, a very solid team rebounding, too. Top to bottom, the team... they would rebound as a team.
And one of the league in contested rebounds. I mean, that speaks to the effort that this team competed with. And winning those 50-50 rebounds means more than just collecting any old miss.
Walker's checked in for Dallas. Van Exel comes in for the Kid. Dallas, no good that time either.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
That free throw missing.
And last year, we saw Coach Rick Carlisle pass the 600-win mark. Former Coach of the Year award winner, has had so much success here in Dallas. One of many coaches to play for the 80s Celtics.
T's checked in for Bradley. They get it back. Stolen by Jackson. Van Exel against Gordon. Here's Jackson. Off target with his 3. And with Coach Carlisle, he's had great success, Greg, as you're talking about, down in Dallas. Now in his 8th season, he's never finished under 500 with the Mavericks. Only finished under 500 once in his whole career. Clark, he only missed the playoffs twice as a head coach.
Well, we had him in Indiana, and he's fantastic as a basketball coach. And the Mavericks have made it known that he can hang around and coach as long as he'd like to. That's pretty high praise for Rick Carlisle.
And the shot is good. He's got 9.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked.
Asik with a screen on Van Exel. Evans outside. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trailed by 18. And the basket by Van Exel. Van Exel's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all his.
Shot by Gordon. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pelicans lead by 19. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Pelicans leading by 19. They've got T. Van Exel is out there with Jackson. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Walker in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. There's the 3 to the left side wing. Snatched up. Goodrich kicks to Holiday. And finally they hit one. Holiday's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for New Orleans. Here's Van Exel. The shot is off. Good D by Holiday. Davis with it. Now guarded by Parsons. To the left wing. Tipped away. It's stolen by Van Exel. Sanders with the steal. And that one's good by Davis. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Pelicans?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Goodrich kicks to Holiday. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And the rejection by Sanders. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Some changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Anthony Davis. Pondexter comes in for the Monster. And G's subbed in for Drew Holiday. From the arc. Van Exel no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. No one to blame on that one but himself. When you get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Here's G, guarded by Jackson. Second chance shot. Dishes it to Ajinça. He feeds it to Goodrich. Fires for 3. It's stolen by G. It's Goodrich on the wing. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, you know, the Mavs made the playoffs last season, but they really had a hard time against the rest of the Western Conference contenders, in part because they struggled defensively. Offensively, they were pretty good, but they didn't quite come up with enough stops when they needed them.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for T. Matthews comes in for Walker. Ryder's checked in for Jackson. And Devin Harris is subbed in for Van Exel. Greg, you talked about what the Mavs did, how they played against the West, 29-23 record against the rest of the conference.
Yeah, but Kevin, it's a little misleading, the win total. I mean, if you look at the Mavs against the teams that they compare themselves to, which are the playoff teams in the West, they were only 10-18 over the course of the season.
Good point. Pass to Ryder. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's deflected. And now the Pelicans on the break. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. Michael Finley, he's checked in for Ryder. The Mavericks have gone 0 of 6 in the fourth quarter. A disastrous start to the period. Harris passes to Matthews.